I thought let's start the year with a relaxing chill video, and the watercolor test video might be just perfect for that. As it happens, last year nice people from Woomer asked me if I wanted to give their watercolors a try. And while I am not really good with watercolors, I do like working with that medium, as you guys know if you have followed me for a while. So in this video what we are going to do is just take a look at some of the watercolor drawings that I did over the past couple of weeks, and I'm going to share my opinion. Spaceships are some of my favorite things to do when it comes to watercolor painting. One of my favorite comic books is Star Wars The Dark Empire series. It is drawn by Cam Kennedy and he had a huge influence on me. I probably talked about this already. He used watercolors for those books, and to this day I think they look absolutely amazing. Now, after having said all of this, my watercolor style is nothing like his. He uses the proper range of wet on wet techniques, meanwhile I just do a little bit of blending here and there. In this weird blocky one-person spaceship, I was trying to have a nice gradient in the main orange of the ship, while also leaving empty areas on the paper that represent shine and high contrast reflective areas. You will probably see that this is my main approach to watercolor. The one thing I feel I stole or learned from Cam Kennedy is the exhaust plumes, where I do a big water droplet and I color only the outside of it and let the colors flow inside. That gives a very cool, almost glowing kind of effect. Anyways, this first ship is the starter. I usually just need to get the rustiness out of the way and don't expect the first drawing to be nice or work at all. For the next exercise, I decided to do a robot. I know, how original. You all are shocked that I drew spaceships and robots. But I did something new with the technique here. But before I continue, let me apologize for the blurry footage at this point. I must have hit my camera or something, because I swear when I set everything up I made sure that the focus was sharp. It's only in the beginning of this part anyway. I usually do my inking right after penciling, but in this case I decided to do the inks on top of the watercolors. My wife tells me often that my dark inks become a bit washed out after I watercolor everything, so I wanted to see what happens if I do it the other way around. I tried a similar approach to before, where I wanted to create a nice gradient. This time I didn't worry about leaving white space and I kept everything more wet than before. The idea was that on top of the base yellow I would drip in more oranges towards the bottom of the robot, so we have a natural light to dark theme. I also left out all the mechanical elements because those I wanted to do with cold grays. For those I used the same lighter gray on top and colder gray on bottom approach, but I feel that this is much less noticeable than with the yellow oranges. And then I went over the painting with my inks. Honestly, I like the colors blending through under the lines. It gives a nice effect and I might actually do more of these. And then, to step away from technical stuff, I decided to do a quick study of a mountainous island. And this was very fun. I liked how the blend of greens and oranges was giving a very lively feeling to the sunlit side of the mountain. I guess this is also a good moment to talk about the watercolors themselves as well. But let me just remind everyone that I am not really an expert at watercolors or colors in general, but I am pleasantly surprised by how strong the color pigments are here. You only have to take a little bit of color onto the tip of your brush and you can use it with a whole lot of water. I actually like the color blending so much I decided to do a proper full-page landscape study. Now, the watercolor paper I have is quite weird. I should really get over myself and order a new different batch, because these papers give a very blotchy effect many times when I use watercolors. You could see that in the little mountain island painting. The blue ocean colors left some very weird marks on the paper. Yeah, I have a hunch it might be the grease from my fingers that does something with the paper. but I never had this before with different types of watercolor paper, only this one. So I think it has to be a bad batch. Anyways, thankfully the full page painting didn't really give me any headaches like that. I started out with the background and rocky colors because I knew that the grass field should be a lot of fun with different greens and yellow blends, so I wanted to keep that for a bit later. But before that, it was also fun trying to figure out how much and what kind of blues to blend with purples and browns for the background. One of the really fun things about watercolor is that it forces you to reach back to your color fundamental knowledge, which I don't have a lot, but it also gives you very fun surprises. Sometimes, when you think you messed up, you might end up with something you like once the color dries. Getting the transition from the purple mountains to the green pine-covered valley was quite fun as well. I also left some empty areas where I would return with the same light greens I planned to use on the fields. And speaking of the fields, going from dark but warm green from the background towards the sunlit middle of the field was really fun. I used a lot of water and mixed in yellows and even some browns with my greens. While not what I typically draw, I must admit this could be one of my favorite things I did with these watercolors. I'm very happy with the end result. To finish up this piece, I brought some of that darker green of the foreground and also added some extra shadows to the rocks in the foreground, emphasizing areas that are hit by the sun. Then, to return to my comfort zone, I did a quick robot sketch on a long strip of paper to use it as a bookmark. And while this paper is absolutely not watercolor proof, I still like the results of the yellow robot. For one layer of water it works, but sadly I realized it would be cool if I would use some purples for the shadows because it's a complementary color. And while in some areas it looks good, it also destroyed the paper a bit and became a bit brownish. Not ideal, but I think for non-watercolor paper it still works. And the yellows and purples next to each other look quite nice, in my opinion. And to finish up this video, I turned to my trusty mixed media sketchbook. This is the one I like to ideate in and try out things or sometimes just have fun with some traditional mediums. As I said, it is mixed media use, so it is not perfect for watercolor, but it holds enough water for me to do some small fun watercolor drawings. Not sure where exactly this idea came from, but I know I follow several artists who love to draw floating skulls on their characters, and I really love how that looks. So I decided to do something similar with a small robot body, but instead of a mystical floating skull, I went for one that is suspended in some sort of liquid. Colors are not my strength, so I struggled coming up with a good color palette for the body of the robot. I just threw down some grays for the more mechanical parts and brown for the cables, which in the end turned out to be a mistake, at least on the brown parts. I knew for the liquid I wanted some toxic green and the yellowish sickly looking skull, so I had a lot of fun with that part of the coloring. Sadly, the body itself is lacking in contrast and the colors blend a bit together, especially the brown cables with the body color. I tried adding some purple to the cables after I finished the video, but it didn't work. I don't like it. All in all though, all these exercises were very fun for me. Before ending the video, you might want to take a look at my Patreon, where you can find full-length unedited videos if you are interested, not of everything but of a couple of them. But to return to the watercolor themes, I never heard of Woomer before, and while I don't think I am qualified to make a judgment of their quality, I quite enjoyed painting with these watercolors, so see for yourself if you want to give them a try. As always, thank you very much for checking out my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you in the next one. But until then, the most important thing is that you folks have a great time, keep on sketching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.